Welcome to the 10th episode of Riffs, Licks and Tunes. Please do watch the older episodes if you have not already. Also, please do subscribe to this channel as I do need some support to keep this channel running. In the 7th episode, we started learning how to read music and introduce the notes on the first and the second strings. In the 8th and the 9th episode, we played some lessons from the book Melbe's Guitar Primer. In this episode, we are going to take a break from the book and introduce the notes on the third and the fourth strings. So let's get introduced to the notes on the third string and the fourth strings. The third string open, as you already know, is G. On the third string, second fret is A. The fourth string open is D. The second fret is E, and the third fret is F. We will be using the metronome in this episode. A metronome is a device which helps us keep time, so you can set the beats per minute that you want and it will count the beats for you. It can be a mechanical device, it can be a digital device, or it can be just an app on your mobile phone, because everything these days is available on the app. So you can either buy a metronome or you can just download an app. So I'll be setting the metronome to 120 beats per minute. So this is how it counts: 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. You see, the 1 sounds different because it is set to 4/4 timing. Now, while the metronome is counting for us, let's play the third string exercise. The third string exercise has the notes on the third string, which is G and A. Going by the lines, the note on the second line is E. Every good boy does fine, right? So E, G. It's a G note. The note on the second space is F, A note, and the note on the third line is every good boy, B, which we are borrowing from the second string, which is the second string open. All right. So now the first line, as you see here, are all whole notes which are 4 beats long. Half notes on the second line with 2 beats long. On the second line there are half notes, then quarter notes, 1 beat long. There are some eighth notes which are half a beat long, which means 2 notes per beat, and then again some half notes and whole notes. Let's play the third string exercise. The fourth string exercise, the note which is above the staff, there is no ledger line, is D. The note on the first line is E, because every good boy does fine, E. And the note on the first space is F. Remember, F, A, C, E, so F. Okay. So the first line, as you see, again has all whole notes which are 4 beats long each. On the second line there is half note, there are also some quarter notes, some eighth notes, again some half, and finally there's a dotted half note which has a duration of 3 beats and then a quarter rest. Let's play this. Just to refresh your memory on the rule of the dot, a dot placed after a note increases its time value by 1/2. So a dot placed after a half note will increase its duration by 50%. So a half note has a time duration of 2 beats. 50% increase will be additional 1 beat. So 2 plus 1, 3 beats. Let's now use all the notes that we have learned to play a song. This one is a very popular song called My Heart Will Go On from the movie Titanic, sung by Celine Dion. The time signature is common, which is 4 beats per measure. The new thing introduced here is a tie. So you see 2 notes connected by a curved line. You can see that on the first and the second lines, for example, in the second last and the last measures of each line. There's a whole note. You already know that a whole note is 4 beats long. But what if I want a note to sound longer than 4 beats? Now you can only count 4 beats in the measure. So what we do is we write the same note again in the next measure and we tie it. What that does is that you don't have to play that note again in the next measure because it is tied to the one already in the previous one. So the duration gets added, but you don't have to play the note again. Hope my videos are helping you learn guitar. Do work on getting your sound right and also use the right technique. It may seem a little difficult in the beginning, but it becomes muscle memory later and you do not have to work too hard in learning the newer lessons. Cutting corners may seem tempting but do not help in a long run because they don't help you progress and also become a big pain to correct later. Do comment if you did not understand something very clearly or if you have a doubt, and also your comments, your likes, shares and subscriptions help me in keeping this channel running, so please do share and subscribe. In the next episode we will be back to Melba's guitar primer and play some lessons from the book. Keep practicing. See you again next week.